Hello, and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today is actually Thanksgiving, but tomorrow is Black Friday. I'm recording this on Thanksgiving. You're watching this on Black Friday, the retail-made holiday when profits at retail stores generally go from being in the red for all their operating expenses throughout the year to into the black from people spending a lot of money for Christmas. That's why it's called Black Friday. A little bit of trivia, spread the word. But if you're a little shopped till you dropped already, it's a good excuse for me to bust out a mono black deck. And we're playing mono black aggro zombies. What I absolutely love about this deck is, well, it's a way to get a beatdown type presence, but also have really good removal spells and even sneaky sweepers. It can play all the roles, which is something I look for in aggro decks. I don't get excited about decks that only play creatures and turn them sideways. I get very excited about decks that have ways to make extra tokens, decks that have ways to come back from the graveyard, and decks that have ways to sweep the board, even though they're mostly about being on the board themselves. So let's get right into it. We've got Ebondeath Dracolich, which the 5/2 flying flash zombie dragon does play a very important role in the deck. New card, Headless Rider. 3/1. When Headless Rider or another non-token zombie you control dies, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. It's a great way to keep pressure on the board. Even if you're just trading your cards with aggro decks, it feels good. Where it doesn't feel good is when it gets exiled by mono white, which unfortunately is way too popular right now. But maybe we have ways to kill our own creatures. Oh yeah, Mythic Massacre. 3 copies of that in the deck. I mean, sometimes you just play it on 0 because you like your board presence and you want the opponent killing your things to punish them. But very often, knowing what we know about our deck and their deck, we try to set up situations where we sweep the board, but it's beneficial for us and not for them. The other interesting thing about zombies right now is that we have a lot of 3-power, 2-mana creatures in Graf Reaver and White, and kind of in Jadar, the Ghoul Caller of Nephalia, who also puts out 3 power. So we're hitting the opponents pretty hard starting from turn number 2. And we've got 1-drops that we've got a 1-mana 2/1, and we've got a 1-mana 1/1 that grows whenever you play a zombie in Champion of the Perished. So overall, you can create a battlefield presence really fast and maintain it, which is not normal for a black aggro deck. So I think that this deck is a little bit underrated at the moment. I think that Graf Reaver actually is a very good card, and it survives things like Crush the Weak and Cinderclasm. You'll see why that's a very big deal in the video. So we've also got Tainted Adversary, who does much of the same, but doesn't hit quite as hard, but does attack well through creatures. And Infernal Grasp to clear the way and maybe kill the occasional Hull Breacher horror. Yeah! Breacher. Breaker. I know. It's gonna take a while. I played too much Commander. There was too much Hull Breaching. Okay, come on. Anyway, so that's what I loved about the deck. The good matchups for this deck. It does very well against, like, Izzet builds that are designed to control the board by sweeping it with damage. That's because the Graf Reaver and the Tainted Adversary make things really hard for Cinderclasm, and Crush the Weak, Champion of the Parish can also get out of range pretty fast, so that those things don't hit well. You can also sometimes play a Headless Rider against Cinderclasm now just replaces everything with zombies, or Battle of Frost and Fire does that. And Ebondeath flashing in and Faceless Haven getting activated can create a lot of damage out of nowhere. If you think about that sequence where they sweep the board and then you flash in this card, untap, and power up this card, you're hitting for 9. That's a lot of damage. So that's where this deck excels. Where the deck struggles is anytime it plays against like the green or white decks, but doesn't draw the key card in each matchup. The key card against white is Mythic Massacre. The key card against green is Infernal Grasp. If you draw the wrong mix of those cards, you don't have a big advantage over what they do, and their removal spells in the form of Brutal Cathar, Skyclave Apparition, Blizzard Brawl, Inscription of Abundance are generally better than what you're doing if you don't have one of these early and use it in just the right way. If you have these, those matchups are very playable. I think both are close to 50-50, but it's very draw dependent, so don't be surprised if you lose to green or white several games in a row while you're trying to draw the right cards. Anyway, you can tell my voice is a little going. It's Thanksgiving, like I said. The family literally just showed up. Like, I can hear them upstairs, and I've had a long week in Vegas, and I recorded a podcast last night, so trying to save just a little, but we got to get into it. We got to get into the nonsense really quick here. So what you'll see in this video, you'll see how juicy Meathook Massacre can be, even though it looks like a Nambo in a deck full of creatures. It's kind of incredible how versatile this card is. You'll see a turn 4 kill, showing that we can actually put up the numbers very, very well. You will definitely see the Champion of the Parish and the Graph Reaver push through cards like Crush the Weak and Cinderclasm, where if we had been lower to the ground and played more 2 and 1 toughness creatures, we would have died for sure. And you'll see how Ebon Death soars over the top of several decks because they're not ready for the 5/2 flash in the air, and it can finish the job very, very well. If that sounds like a fun video to you, stay right where you are. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Go first? No. No, you will not. Rawr. Well, naturally, go first. It's all that matters. Nothing else matters in the world. Oh, it's killing me, man. It's burning me up inside. Okay. They must have some bounce spells for this. Although if they have Divide, it would have been a good time to play it. We got a hit. You run out of stuff. They're going to deluge this turn. But how are they going to recover on board if I just play out a bunch of these zombies? Like, if they Doomscar, I just make, you know, another 6 damage on board. I guess then they Doomscar again. Yeah, just get 2 Doomscars, easy. How's it? Why was this ever hard? Really need an Ebon Death there. Something to keep pressure on this board. Sure. Down to 8. Let's draw first. Don't think there's a way that they're going to punish us. Ooh, that's good. That's good. They're under pressure now. Full price behold. They know they're in trouble. Double bottom. It's only a couple of cards that get them out of this. And that's one of them. It's Doomscar. But that's lethal. 8. Yeah, it's a lethal board. So they needed a way to... They need to, like, revitalize into Doomscar. On the draw. But it's finally a double champ hand. The first time I've had one of those ever in my life, actually. Well, at least since the release of the new set. I don't think I ever had one of these in the last set either, though. If it were on the play, it would be just the God draw. But we don't do on the play, do we? No, we do not. Oh, yay, Foretell. Let's go. Expressive Iteration? Foretell again? Tap land? Cool. Pyre, sure. Ride 'em. Ride or die. Well, now if they sweep the board, we get Zombos. I hope you'd picked a good one. Untapped land, they did hit one. And they have crushed the weak. I was wondering about that. But how many do you have? 7 life. If we had a Haven, I would feel invincible right here. Oh, never mind. They have field anyway. Don't they always? They must have something for the champ, like a bounce spell. Anytime. I don't think we kill it to keep them from getting a card. Whatever they get isn't going to help them that much. Relentless over here. They've had a good draw. They've hit every spot in the curve perfectly, and they had Crush the Weak, which is a really good card against us. But they don't have a Foretold Epiphany, so let's see what happens here. We definitely replay the champion. We need to threaten lethal. Okay. We need to top deck the land, right? Or no, it's Ward 4. Okay. Ward 4 is a lot. I guess I didn't really want that land. Ward 4. Jesus. Let's try to finish the job. They didn't play a land, so they're still a ways away on Mascot Exhibition. We play the land because if we draw another one next turn, of course, we can pay the ward. So, bluffing's pointless. Only victory. What do they get with iteration? Does it resolve? It does resolve? They've got nothing. It pumps the champ, and I guess they didn't have any more instants to kill my stuff. They finally ran out. Champ. Go first, but it's a good hand, so. Oh, which one drop do I play? Jeez, I don't know. This hook is going to have to do some work. Interesting. Well, there is a chance a hook for 1 will get us there. To the promised land. Let's see. Elite Spell Bindy? Nope. Okay, so I trade with the 2... Yeah, we do this. Attack first. They won't block. And then this reduces power. Come and get it, white. Get it, white. White. They're white. This is white. Whatever. Well, they played their hand. Hope they feel great about it. It's a little intimidating. Let's play this. And attack. They haven't dropped like 10 Brutal Cathars and Skyclave Apparitions on me, so I should feel good about life. You want to rumble? No, you don't. I guess if they block here, we get another zombie anyway, and they lose a life. Seems like a good deal. They're gonna power up Haven, right? Yeah, right. I guess, though, then they're not blocking one of these. Yeah, I'll upgrade this to a 2/2. Why not? Interesting that they want to hold on to Sungold Sentinel. I didn't expect that. But I guess it's got 3 toughness, so their philosophy is that it can block all these 2/2s. But there's a whole bunch of critters. Yeah. All right. I want to turn it and leave it on a 500 plus note, because any deck that goes a little over 500 is a Mythic worthy deck, and definitely video worthy. So I would like to go first and have a 1-drop. I would really like to go first and have a 1-drop. Cool. So 1 out of 7 games I can do that. Let's see if it's the auto win I think it is. I don't know if the hooks are going to be good. We're going to have to find out. Nope. They're not great. They're not great. I guess we want to play around Crush the Weak a little, so we'll play you first. Swinging for 6 next turn. Holy cow. Seagate Reborn always is it. Nothing but is it. Every now and then a Brave Blue-White Soul. I don't think... Okay, some people ask me why no Seagate Reborn in most of my blue decks. I don't think you should play this in anything right now. There's no spot where you're going to resolve it for 7 mana and call it a good thing. You're just going to lose the game on the way back. It's a sorcery. Just, nah, play Jwari Disruption. You might be able to interact with something like Allrun's Epiphany. There's just no world where a Seagate Reborn is a good cast right now. Absolute zero. Land go. I mean, are you just dead? Let's find out. They've got something. Fading Hope. Okay. Take, eat. So close. Let's play one for 0. So if they sweep the board, we drain them. It would have to be Crush the Weak. That still leaves the Graph Reaver, because Crush the Weak exiles. Bye. Auto win. Through the Doomscar, too. All right, that's a hand. Let's go, baby. Stupid Prismari. We're going to destroy you. We're going to tear you limb from limb, you format villain. Say hello to my little friend. This is quite strong. Oh, you have Fading Hope. Well, that's rough. But if you have to use it on a 1 mana card or a 2 mana card, let's hope that they use it on the champ. There you go. There you go. So next turn we can double spell and still hit for 3. Score. 2 Ebon Deaths. We need to draw the land for it, but man, can that be good in this spot. Alright, this is where you hold your nose for Crush the Weak, but they didn't foretell it. Cinderclasm would be a pain too. Ooh, that's really good here. We can if they do have Cinderclasm, we flash an Ebon Death. Oh! Pump. I know, we lose the Ebon Death, but we still have it. We can keep our champ. I don't know if that's actually worth it, because in theory, if they did nothing the next turn, we could have hit for 5. But these decks are all instant speed interactions, so you have to believe they would have done something to Ebon Death. Now at least they have to deal with something on the board again. Wow, we can play a couple of 3 mana cards, or we can play a flashy 5/2. And I don't know the answer for sure. I think I want flashy 5/2. I think this is the turn, right? I don't know, man. It feels to me like they're going to mess that up pretty easily for me. Go for Cathartic Pyre. Do it. They don't. Okay. Gold Span Dragon in responses, so they can't counter it. You want to attack? Because I'll kill you. All right. Power up Haven, attack all. If we play the Graph Weaver and the white, the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, they still have to block, and we have way more board. Nice. Get out of that if you can. Okay. What do they need? Like 4 fading? Oops. I guess 3 would, or 2 would do. No, 3. They need 3. It's asking a lot. Can they come up with it? I will take 1. I will activate Faceless Haven. And that's enough. Yes. On the draw. The dreaded drawiness, but otherwise good. Or land away from getting to do a lot of things. 2 lands away from getting to do everything. Our opponent goes to 5, so what that tells us is we want to trade. If we get chances to trade, we trade. Our opponent is stoked to see us. Hello. I hate that card. But if we're going to trade it, we want to do it with a white, and let's hold off on the Reaver. Headless Rider coming down also makes trades very good. Oh, we're coming after you. We're here for brains. Kind of wondering how good their curve would be after those mulligans. Looks like they're on a little bit of shaky ground. Let's play the Rider. There is stick, so they have something. Okay, they want to ambush that now. Interesting. Does mean we attack with the white. They've got some critters. We've got some dragons. If we attack with the Rider and trade it, we get another zombie for it, and we could probably get some damage in. We could also just attack with the white. It would make 2 zombies if they block it, because whenever a creature dealt damage by this dies, create a 2/2 tapped zombie and exile that card, which is pretty interesting. I think we really want to get the Ebon Death down, and we can also hold up Infernal Grasp while we do it. So I think we attack like this and try to play a value game on the board, because our opponent's pretty low on cards. That's pretty fun. Okay, well, the value game falls apart when they have Chariot. It's 3 cards in 1. But they don't have a great attack here, and we start getting in the air. I don't think they meant it when they said nice. I think they're actually very annoyed. Do I attack with the Rider? I think that's a bad trade. Let's make them deal with this. So what do you think is going to happen this turn cycle? Are they going to fight the Dracolich? If they do, we grasp it, so it's no big deal. We can get this on board. I think it's better to get this on board and grasp something. It's a little bit loose if they happen to have Wrenn, because this could take out the Wrenn, but we'll have much bigger problems if they have that. Okay. Wait for the Blizzard Brawl. Wait for the Blizzard Brawl. No Blizzard Brawl yet. They didn't level this? They didn't level this. So they have Snakeskin Veil, maybe? No. What do they have? It must be Inscription. Let's hold. I mean, let them have another cat. Let's try to kill things. I guess if they put 5 mana into killing this, it doesn't replace this zombie. What you got? Okay. Another chariot, sure. Doesn't really stop me. Just makes a bunch of cats and we're still at 20? And they're still under siege from the dragon. Okay. Let's go in. If they power up the chariot, I'll just kill it. Yeah, I think they saw that coming. Okay. Just hold. Nice and patient on the grasps. Down to 5. So one more hit should do it. One more dragon hit. Got him. On the draw, but we've got a 1-2 if we want it. And if we're against white, we've got 2 hooks. But there's no 1-drop from white, which makes me wonder if the hooks will be good. Oh yay, that card. Everyone's fave. Get him. Let's go ahead and play a Reaver. If all they're gonna do is grow the Luminarch, we can kill it eventually. They're zombies. I know you've never seen them before. Some people, like, build decks. And some people just play ass pirates. What a gamer. Kill it. All right, it's a race. 13-13. I'll help you out. I'll damage myself a little. Okay. Where are they putting that counter? Right there. All right, if we draw a land, the hook is good. They have 2 open mana, though, and I'm not sure what they're doing. Okay, that's a land. Let's attack first. Take it all. So they might have like Valorous Stance. That won't help them against Hook. Indestructible doesn't save from this. Takedown. Sure. Alright, they get the first move. We're ahead on life. Cards are a little even, but we have Haven. Nice. We walked him right back into the next hook. Mr. Intrepid Adversary. I think we do this. I think it's okay. It'll really suck if they remove the adversary and attack with their adversary, but they have to have exactly the right thing or they're about to die. Alright, we could go to 10-10, and then they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we take it. We might be able to kill them. They've held 2 mana open on a lot of occasions. Doesn't necessarily mean they have the solution here. Let's see what they do. Do they have Valorous Stance? Yes. Okay, that's what they were holding up before. All right, so that's indestructible. We don't want to attack into it. We can play out the Graph Reaver, or we can hold up activating Haven. Let's play the Reaver. They're empty-handed. We can also trade it with the adversary if they attack. Okay. Ebondeath. So what did they draw? It holds priority. It might be another takedown or another stance. Let's take it easy. Now there's no priority being held. But yeah, let's attack with the Reaver and the adversary, I think, and see how they want to trade. Everything's a trade anyway. We could power up and attack with everything, but they'll just put the adversary in front of the Haven. They'll go up to 14. They'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It would be close, but I think it's a bit reckless when they have a lifelinker on the board. All right, good. They didn't have another Valorous Stance. And the Ebondeath can probably bring it home if we're patient. Oh, wow. Feisty. No stick. They're dead. Take that, white weenie. We got hooks in our aggro deck. We're off to a good start. Our zombie deck has gone toe-to-toe with 2 opponents while being on the draw. And now we're on the play. No 1-drop, though. That's a pretty big miss. And we finally get the dreaded Prismari. Let's fire it up with a white. If we're on the draw, I'd worry about Prismari command, but probably not in this case. Sure. Would have killed the Graph Reaver as well. Foretell. We'll try to do the sequence of Ebondeath into adversary. Interesting to wait, because they could go like untapped land Jawari Disruption off of this. But, I mean, also giving them the selection could let them pick something that would deal with the Ebondeath. Oh, they exiled a Crush the Weak. Nice. Well, let's hope they don't have another. All right, 2 mana open, and we have an adversary. So I think we're going to play the adversary and pump it. So if they do have a Crush the Weak, we have 2 survivors and a Haven. They say go. What do you think they got? Are they dead? The hook could be more than 4 damage, but it could also be less. It really depends what happens here. I think we power up Haven. That's what I'm debating. Do we go for like the hook, kill some of our own stuff, or do we go for the Haven? Let's go. They'll probably Galvanic Iteration something. Okay, Epiphany was the exile. And I guess the Haven was the last straw. All right, on the play. No 1-drop, lots of 2s. Let's see what happens. Just gonna throw some flowers around while I wait. Put out some candles. Light them up, up, up. Light them up, up, up. Light them up, up, up. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Bum, bum. Come on. Green. Let's play the white. Get the tapped critter out of the way. More green, but no creature, huh? Well, that's going to be an old growth troll, and I don't know how I'm going to cope with that thing. This is a start. If only there was a lord that gave zombies +1/+1 like most tribes get when, you know, they're featured in a set. They kind of moved away from that in this set for sure. Not the traditional, like, here's a 2-mana card that gives all creatures of the same type +1/+1. Oh. Come on. Do it. Oh. Oh. We brawling. Oh, thanks. It was going to hurt me anyway. This is where the chariot comes down, so let's get the flyer. So many cards. There's Trolly Troll. Alright. And to the skies. Yeah, we attack with the white because if they block with the troll, we can hook. The problem there, do we hook for 2 to play around a Snakeskin Veil? We're going to have to test them for priority. Let's see what happens here. There is priority. If I hook for 2... Ooh, if I hook for 2... That's not good. If I hook for 3, it just sweeps the board, though. That's kind of what they want, I think. I don't know, man. Green is so dangerous. You know they feel good with their Snakeskin Veil. You know they feel good about this. If we just do it for 1, they'll Veil and their troll will survive. No! I was hoping they wouldn't see that. I was hoping they wouldn't get that one. Aren't you supposed to get exiled? Whenever a creature dealt damage by white this turn dies, create a zombie token and exile it. I guess that only matters if this is on the board, unfortunately. We got clowned. We got really clowned. We're dead. We lose the game. So, what if I don't play the hook? They're going to play these anyway. They're going to have the same amount of mana. They might play with a Snakeskin Veil, though. But they're still going to attack me. I'm going to take 7, draw a card. I'll get 1 more hit in for 5. It still would have been better, though, if I had kept the Ebon Death and made them find a fight spell for it. From here, I can't win. I definitely messed that game up bad. Close to 420, though. Still on the draw. Champion of the Parish, white, white. Well, I need to be on the play with a 1-drop. That's what I need. This is close to exactly what we want, so of course we keep it, but hurts just a little we couldn't flip that. Just flip that around. Tap land, go. I don't know, I'm getting all kinds of vampiric vibes. Oh, that's werewolves. Okay, vampires it is. Vampires versus zombies. A true struggle for supremacy. On the draw, we trade. This is where that enters the battlefield tapped thing really stings. It is not good. And we got plenty of them. Okay. Fine by me. Keep trading. They'll have selection down the stretch from this blood, but in raw cards, we're gonna hang in there. So this I want to stick around. Let's play another one of these and another one of these. And eventually, probably just start hitting them with Ebon Death and getting it back with the creature dies thing. I hope they use the Blood Tithe Harvester to kill something again. They did last time. Here it is. Our opponent seems to know their lane. They like killing stuff and attacking. They seem a little uncomfortable when they're not doing those things. So let's let them just keep playing into us. All the one-for-one trades we get are good for us. Eventually, Ebon Death hopefully can come, you know, it'll come back from the graveyard if they don't have a way to exile it. They've got the Predator, that's annoying. That is a strong one. And that can wreck our Ebon Death plans. But it does discourage the Predator from attacking, because this will counterattack for 5. I think what they want to do now is sack the Harvester, target the Ebon Death, put it in the graveyard, and then exile it with the Predator. So I don't have a great way to stop that, other than killing the Harvester. So, if we attack and the opponent blocks, and they sacrifice their Pit Fighter, I can just recast Ebon Death. So we should do that. Right? Right. Mine hits harder than the Predator for now. You may cast Ebon Death from your graveyard if another creature not named Ebon Death died this turn. Okay. So we can try to set it up so that the opponent will, like, try to use the Harvester or force them to sacrifice the Harvester. But that... I guess here they can sack the Harvester, attack with this, exile this, but then they do need another creature to protect. They have it. That sucks. Yeah, I'm sure I did something wrong. I should have Infernal Grasped the Harvester. 3 Harvesters is a lot. Draw another removal spell there would have been nice. Let's go, Dungeon Crawler. Can you imagine if we had been on the play this game, how different everything would be? It's one of my least favorite things to imagine, but it is a good thought exercise before you get too results oriented. They didn't eat any... So they have something they like. Maybe it's a spot removal spell, but they didn't use the blood at the end step, which means they didn't like the card they top decked, but they liked the card in their hand. But it's not a creature, so it must be a removal spell. Guess they drew another land. I'd play that Hive if I were them. With me at 7, I would definitely play that Hive. Dial up the pressure. We're going to target the Predator on their turn, so let's go. No surprise. They can't really block, because then their Predator will die. It's too bad I can't also play this to create lethal threat on board. Yep, they have to tap it though. So they don't get the attack. We do lose 2 life. The Predator bump is lethal now. And the 4th Blood Tide Harvester. Shuffler's fine. Should have played that pre-combat, I think. And that's gonna be game. Bummer. Bummer. The Predator really brought it home for them. I think the Predator is bad meta, but it is good in matchups that are off meta like this. And we are back for the post-game wrap, and didn't open up the stats. I think it was a total of 9 and 7 something by the end of the day. I showed you a pretty good progressive run up the ladder. Of course, you can go down the ladder just as fast when the matchups turn against you a little bit. And I do think the deck is much closer to 50-50 than 80% or 70% win rate deck. I think it's probably going to hover around that win some, lose some kind of range, because you do need the right cards in the right spot. How I would change the deck is I would look deep into your soul, viewer. Look into your own soul. I'm not going to do it for you. It looks like I'm doing it. Okay, imagine I'm doing it. I'm looking deep into your soul. What do you want to beat? If the answer is everything, you're a greedy little monster and you don't know how the world works and you should be slapped. Or you're a dreamer like me who's a little bit romantic and you're going to get slapped a lot, but you're going to keep chasing it anyway. This is kind of an attempt to beat everything, to be down the middle, to be non-committal to which matchup I want to win. But I think that where this deck is at its best is when you know what you want to win. So if you want to be Izzet, you probably can... You know, the Meathook Massacre isn't going to be that great, and you can probably get more threats into the deck. You can run more 1-drops like Shambling Ghast. Could definitely be... there could definitely be more of this as a 1-drop. And there could even be like Skyclave Shades in the 2-drop to make it more resilient and drive Izzet even crazier. Some other cards I didn't run were Duress and Dreadfugue. Both these could also make the deck if you specifically want to torture control. Because the shell is good against control, but sometimes you draw too many Infernal Grasps and Meathook Massacres and Tainted Adversaries, and you don't put as much pressure on as you need to. So those are a few adjustments you could make if you want to beat control. If you want to beat aggro, however, this deck could really use some Bloodchief's Thirst. There were games that I played where the Brutal Cathar came down and I couldn't get rid of it, and I couldn't get my creature back. And the 3 Infernal Grasps weren't enough, and the Meathook Massacre was too slow or got taxed or hit by Redain/Elite Spellbinder and never was able to be effective. So a little bit more removal is available in the form of Bloodchief's Thirst specifically, which I think would be one of the best, but also Flunk, Power Word, Killer cards you could try out. But it makes your deck slower and more clunky against control. So kind of up to you guys. Now, of course, there's also the snow-covered base, and you could add some Lulth and some Blood in the Snow and try to play a bigger, longer game. Then I don't think you're aggro. I think you're a control deck, and you go down a whole different road. So I think that that's a completely different deck in general. So ask yourself, what do you really want for Christmas? What Black Friday deal do you need to go out there and get? Where are you going to find it this weekend? And who do you really want to... Whose stocking do you want to stuff full of coal? Is it control or is it aggro? And tune your mono black deck to effectively face what you expect to see and, honestly, what you get the most joy out of destroying. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.